that you can serve on its own as a curry. You could also use it as maybe a canopy or something like that, where you just put a little bit of the sauce that we're going to make, and you add a nice hot onion bhaji on top and let people go for it. It's a really nice, just so much flavors here, just really good. So we start with, this is 500 grams of full-fat Greek yogurt. And what I did with this yogurt is I took it and I put it through a fine sieve. And the reason I did that is it stops it from splitting. So when we're cooking this, yogurt has a tendency to curdle. And by putting it through this sieve, it keeps it makes it really creamy smooth. I did the same thing with some flour. We're going to put about 25 grams, or if you're watching from America, about a quarter cup of gram flour, which I also sifted just because it has a lot of bumps in it, a lot of clumps in it. So I made that by putting it again through a sieve, and then I've added about a half teaspoon of turmeric, half teaspoon of coriander, and a teaspoon of chili powder. And you could add more chili powder or less chili powder depending on how spicy you want it, and that's something you can do anytime during this. So I'm going to go ahead and make what is going to become our sauce, and I'm going to do that right now. And I'm going to so we got this yogurt that's been put through the sieve, and I'm now going to add the gram flour and those spices. And I'm just going to whisk that around. Hopefully you can see this some, but anyway, I'm sure you can imagine it anyway. Great. And I don't want to have any lumps in this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some water to it. So got about 400 milliliters of water. That's about a cup and 3/4. I'm just going to start whisking that in there. Try not to make a mess. I think I'll start with my spoon. And just really making a nice, smooth yogurt sauce.
Lorraine says she missed the beginning. What are you making, Dan?
This is onion bhaji curry, and it is so good. It doesn't sound like it would be good unless you really love your onion bhajis, but believe me, it's really nice. If you've got my new book, it's called Onion Pakora Curry in there. And
Sandy's missed the beginning. What flour did you use?
That's gram flour. So we had 25 grams of sifted gram flour, and then we also had some spices in there. So we had a teaspoon of chili powder, half teaspoon of turmeric, and a half teaspoon of ground coriander. So I'm just going to make this into a nice, quite thin sauce, because it's going to, when I put this in the on the heat, it's going to cook down really quickly, kind of like a base sauce cooks down really quickly. That's what this is going to do. And it gets really nice and thick as well. So it clings to the bhajis. It's so good. So we're just going to make that. I think that should be about enough right there. So just a nice sauce. If you can see that, it's just so the sauce is all done. I just have to cook up a few other things. We're going to add that in there.
And what is ground powder?
Gram flour.
Yeah.
Or so there's gram flour. There's
chickpea flour.
Chickpea flour. Or if you're in America, garbanzo bean flour. So here we go. I'm going to go right on over to the pan now. And are you showing that now, yes, Caroline? Great. I'm going to heat up about 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. Just want to cover the bottom of the pan there. I've got it on a high heat now because I want to add these. And these are black mustard seeds. And black mustard seeds, if you've been watching my cook-alongs and everything, if you've been watching, black mustard seeds need to be put onto high heat so that they crackle a bit. Because that's when you just put their flavor into the oil. So they really do need to be crackling.
Michael Drake wanted to say hello to him. Say hello to Michael.
Hi, Michael. Always happy to say hello. All right. So now I'm going to add about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And then I've got a piece of cinnamon, 5 fenugreek seeds. There we are. And I'm just going to let those spices infuse into the oil. And now I've got the last of my curry leaves. I've got to do a shop, but these were frozen and they will still be just fine.
We've got Sandy on from your hometown of Sherlock. Sandy Blackbird Jones.
Oh, hi Sandy, how you doing? All right, that's great. All right, so now I'm going to add some onions. So I got one large onion, which I've...
And a couple of local people, Ali and Stephen Carew, and I've just seen that Joe and live in St George.
I love having local people talk, and hometown people.
Yeah.
Sandy and I went to high school together.
That was Alex who lived in St George. And then Stephen Carew.
All right, so I'm going to just fry these onions now. I got a little bit of salt just to get the moisture out of them. We only need to fry them for a couple minutes just to kind of make them translucent and soft. And while that's happening, if anyone has any questions or anything what we've done so far, I can go back and repeat it now. Or if you have any questions that I haven't covered yet, I can do that too. We really just want these onions to soften in the oil with all those nice spices that we've got there. Is anyone out there cooking this? Let me know. It's not one that a lot of people will probably... I have been asked a lot for some vegetarian curries, and today I've decided to do it because I just love this curry so much. This onion bhaji curry. Tomorrow we are doing a sag paneer, and then we're going back to the meat, aren't we? Wednesday we're going to be doing some Rogan Josh, and then
Darren's asking where in Yorkshire we are, so we're in Yarm, just in North Yorkshire.
yeah, near Yarm. Do you know where Yarm is?
This stock's in the middle for us.
Yeah, there we are. That's looking really good. So the onions are now quite soft, and they will continue to cook in the sauce when I add it. But right now, I want to add about a good, generous tablespoon garlic and ginger paste. And we really only need to cook this garlic and ginger paste for about 30 seconds. All we're doing is cooking out the rawness.
Mark's asking if you've ever bought packed curry leaves from eBay, struggling to get fresh.
Don't get the dried ones. I'd really recommend struggling a little bit more and getting some fresh ones. You could always freeze them. You can get the fresh leaves anyway on Amazon. I know that. So now I'm going to take that sauce which we made. I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time, because as I add it, it's going to cook down quite quickly and thicken. And see how light yellow this is right now. As it cooks, it's going to get a darker yellow, and really it becomes a really vibrant and nice curry. It's so attractive. I don't know if you've seen my blog post. Some of you might have, but I did put this on my blog, and you can see just how yellow it gets. Or you can just keep watching this and you'll see here. But it's really important that I continue stirring this as we do it, because we got all that yogurt in there and we don't want that to split. The only way that's going to happen is if I continue stirring. So we have the rest of it now.
Hillary's asking which book is the best for really spicy curries.
All right. I would say my best book right now is, there's two of them, because the Curry Guy Bible has everything in it, from the first 3 books plus 50 new recipes, and there's some really spicy curries in there. And also my last book, the Curry Guy Light. Those are more like authentic recipes, and there is some really spicy stuff in there. However, you can make anything spicy. You know, if you like if you're making a chicken tikka masala, a really mild chicken tikka masala for some people, you want to make it spicier. So add some nice fresh chilies to it, and it'll be spot on. Okay, how's that noise with my spoon? Is that really loud? So I know. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just cooking this right down now, and it's really smelling good in here.
Where can you buy the books from? Hillary's asking.
My cookbooks are everywhere now. So if Amazon, we're all the major supermarkets and all the bookshops as well. So you'll definitely find them. Some of the supermarkets have some really good deals on now too. So I've heard anyway. All right, so that is looking really good. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to just put it right down to low, and I'm going to add these bhajis now. I said I was going to put it down to low, but it doesn't seem to agree with me. It's still very high. Okay. I'm just going to stir those in there. Put a little bit on top there. That's looking nice. See how yellow this is getting as well? And it looks so good with the bhajis in there. And then I'm going to add some of this coriander. That's cilantro for Sandy. There we are.
Alex is local, is asking where we get the ingredients from in our area.
I get them, if you're local, I go down to Linthorpe Road. Some really good places down there. And there's also a place on Parliament Road as well in Middlesbrough. And there's also a buffalo farm up the road that has all the spices you could possibly want. That's in Brompton, yeah. Okay, now the only thing about this curry, is because there's so much yogurt in the sauce and everything, is it really does need to be a nice generous bit of salt. Now I'm going to turn this off because I know it's going to be perfect. It's one of those that just, until you try it, you don't know how good it can be. And this is just one of those vegetarian curries that I just think is spot on. It's
back on the main camera.
Yeah, good. Do I dare eat a whole bite like that?
Noel in France wants you to say hello, even though the ingredients are hard to get in France because French don't like spicy food. I've taught some classes over in France. I know what you mean. Right. We had to take carfuls and platefuls with us.
It's but I love France. We're hoping to be doing some more stuff over there when times are better. But yeah, a lot of times we end up bringing a lot of this stuff with us. But I do know from the school that we the place that we were teaching at over there, that you can bring stuff in from the UK quite easily as well. So it's we ended up getting everything we needed. We just had to work at it a bit.
Yeah. So Faye's asking, what's the curry called?
In the new book, it is called onion pakora curry. What I've put on my blog, it's called onion bhaji curry, because bhajis are really pakora. That's what they are. So nobody looks up onion pakora curry, so I had to change the name for the internet.
Barry's asking, how did you learn to make all those curries? Did you just experiment?
Yeah, I experimented for about 20 years. When I moved to the UK, met my wife over here, I just I'd never even tried Indian food in the States, I don't think, but moved over here and fell in love with the stuff. So just started buying all the cookbooks, and then started the blog in 2010 and went out and met a lot of different chefs, really good chefs, and they taught me what to do. So it's
David's asking, did you buy that pan in the UK? You put a link.
This one is I did buy this in the UK. I've tried to find this online and I can't find it. I bought this at a Asian grocer, and you can get them there. You know, if you have a good Asian grocer nearby. But otherwise, I've got smaller pans that I use all the time, and that's what I use for my curry house style curries. They're just about half the size there, because you're usually cooking for 1 to 2 people in one pan, whereas this curry right here will serve at least 4 people, I'd say.
Phil's asking me a question. Did I like curry before I met you?
Oh, you did, didn't you?
It wasn't my favourite. I like it more. It's grown on me, shall we say.
Yeah, well, we cook a lot of it now. We're going to be cooking it all week. We cooked all last week. But no, I like experimenting with cooking. I like to cook a lot of different things. And so while we're in lockdown for this next couple of weeks, I'll be doing this every evening, coming up with lots more recipes for you to try. Most of them will be from the new book, but I am taking requests if you have any, because obviously if I get enough requests for a certain curry, I'll definitely make it. Any other questions, Caroline?
Question about the pans. I know you put links on later, don't you? What pan would you recommend for curries? Can you just use a wok, any pan?
You can use a wok, any pan. You won't get it. You won't get if you're doing curry house style curries. You do need a pan kind of like this, or an aluminium pan like I normally use, just because as it heats up, you get that nice caramelization around the side, which you're not going to get with a non-stick pan. But for something like this pan was perfect for both. I could use that for curry house style stuff and also more authentic. A wok is good. A karahi is good. Yeah, really anything.
Okay, Faye wants you to make chicken sagwala. I don't know if that's on for this week or
chicken sagwala. You know what? We're making the sag paneer tomorrow, and you could, instead of adding to that same recipe, you could, and I'm going to be posting the recipe tonight on my blog. But to that same recipe, you could add tandoori chicken to that, or even raw chicken, and let it cook through in the sauce, and it will be superb. It'll be really nice.
Darren's asking, what's your favourite curry? I know you get asked that a lot.
Yeah, I got
quite a few favourites.
I've got too many, don't I? Yeah, I've cooked a few of them on here.
Like lamb nahari.
Yeah, I love lamb nahari. That's always going to be one of my favorites. And we did a railway lamb curry last week, and I absolutely love that as well. So yeah, there's quite a few different. This is actually, as far as vegetarian curries go, this is one of my favorite vegetarian curries, because there is a lot of flavor and it's so easy to make. There's not very much in it, as you saw. So it's I like simplicity as well.
Yes, Lorraine, I'm Dan's wife. She's asking, is Caroline your wife? And
She sure is.
Because I haven't got any makeup on and it wouldn't be a nice sight. Maybe one day I'll put some lipstick on.
She stays in the background for this. But yeah, so yes, we're kind of a team.
Someone needs to sort the subtitles. Is it his American accent? I don't know.
Subtitles. There should be subtitles on there. Unless maybe it's on his device.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it just pops up, doesn't it, the subtitles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to look and see if it's on mine as well when I watch this back.
Okay, I think that's about it.
All right. Great. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow evening, same time, making sag paneer. And just in case you're interested, the following day we will be doing a curry house style lamb rogan josh. And I know I've had quite a few people asking for rice recipes, and I'm working on that as well. So we will be putting some kind of a rice recipe together, rice pilau this week as well. And then we'll figure out what we're doing on Friday after that. So thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're watching this from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Also, if you're on Facebook, please look into my Facebook group, which is Curry Chit Chat, and we do a lot of cooking videos on there as well. And hope to see you tomorrow evening, and thank you very much for